Hi friends, my name is Julie and this is 15-minute stream of consciousness on each of the 12 zodiac signs. And let's talk about Leo and the sun. And this is about the archetype of Leo and the sun, not necessarily the Leo sun sign. So Leo, the sun, the center of the solar system, everything else revolves around it. The king, the Lion King, the pride, the lion. It's a pretty proud position to be in at the top of the food chain. You have nothing to humble you by eating you. You can just walk around, chill, knowing you're at the top of a hierarchy. And the king, hopefully a king who is ruling from his heart, ruled by Leo, sincerely here to serve from love and generosity, and moved by what feels true to his heart, true to my heart. And the teenager is coming to mind, the unruly teenager, because of the themes of identity and romance, and true to my heart and identity. And do I know who I am? And will you validate me? You don't understand me, the teenager who wants to be understood more than anything, and is just discovering its own identity and its unique sense of self. And so it still might feel authority as external to it. It might be looking outside of it for validation. And there comes a Leo shadow, the actor, the one who is able to read the audience, Aquarius, the polarity point, the people, the audience, able to read the audience and read exactly what you would like of me to be here on stage as the Leo who everyone is watching, and is able to act and perform in order to please you, the people-pleasing shadow Leo, who is so hungry for approval and validation and recognition, that it will sacrifice who it really is and abandon its heart to give to you something that you can recognize as valuable or as beautiful, and something that you will give it applause for, and so that it can feel validated. So at the glory of the Leo is this journey of self-recognition, of coming into identity, and into being true to oneself and true to one's heart, and also romance. That's like I don't know why it's related with adolescence in my associations, but there's this like really naive romantic spirit of Leo, which, and by romantic I mean also kind of in a Neptunian sense of expanding what things are, like romanticizing things, and there's just this real in touchness with the magic of love and the magic of the heart energy, and a craving for and a willingness to take risks for that love energy. Risk taking. The Leo, it's just like playful. It's really naive. It's more so like lion cubs, maybe, than a mature lion sometimes, where it's just playful. It's just naively, it's like the cat with 9 lives. Like, ooh, what's over there? That curious, like, experimental, because the polarity point of Aquarius also is the experimental. Like, my mind has this association with Leos and gambling, but it's like maybe even risk-taking in romance. I've read that written down as an expression before, of like the Madonna song Beautiful Strangers coming to mind, where the lyrics are like, haven't we met? Some kind of beautiful stranger. You could be good for me. I have a taste for danger. If I'm smart, then I'll run away, but I'm not, so I guess I'll stay. Yeah, Madonna, she's a great model Leo shadow. Yeah, swallow all my pride. What else about Leo and the sun? It is royalty. It is regal and dignified. The sun in Leo is dignified. There's a sense of self-respect. Or, I think there's the spectrum right there, is the spectrum from narcissism to self-doubt. And on the one polarity shadow is the narcissist, who is hyper dignified, so much that there's no space for anyone else to be right. They're just wrong if they're not in aligned with what the narcissist Leo perceives and believes to be true and right. And there's this inflated sense of identity such that everything else is compared to it. And if it's different at all from my sense of identity, then it's wrong. And I'll judge it and criticize it. And it's stupid to even be talking to me in the first place. But then on the other shadow side of that spectrum is the self-doubt and the insecurity and the looking outside for validation, the looking outside for identity. And it's funny, then you could see, classically, like, what is it? Like both ends of those polarities getting together, right? And that self-doubt saying, like, what can I possibly change about me, like horrible little me, to be better according to your standard, your right standard of like what I should be and what I should look up to. And that's like the self-doubt talking to the narcissist. But then in the center is the healthy, balanced Leo, who just simply is aligned with his heart. And I say he because the sun is masculine. Expressive, vibrant, also like a child, like a carefree, like, this is me, like shameless. Shame, there's a big word for the Leo spectrum. Shame to pride. And just a simple, like, innocent shamelessness of a child who just runs up to people and is like, I love you, I just love you, or like, oh, I don't like you, just authenticity. Yeah, there's a good word. Authentic, true to my heart. And by heart, it's not, well, I was going to say it's not necessarily the passionate, emotional heart, but it also is. It's both the romantic, passionate, emotional heart. But when I say true to my heart, I mean the heart of the matter. I mean the centered heart, the heart center, the heart of who I am. And from that heart, can I really love? Only from that heart. Because maybe from the passionate heart, it's not actually the heart. It's maybe a different part of my body. Maybe like imagination and my root or something like that. But the heart of who I am and the story of arriving at authentic identity. Okay, what else about the sun and Leo? Playful, fun, free, expressive. Just like, does the sun have shame when it shines? Kind of sensitive to eclipses. Power. Power outages. Eclipsed sun. And it's in that square to Scorpio, which is all about power. Where there's a question of like, do I feel empowered in this situation? Do I feel powerful in this situation? Is my power relative to how much power I perceive that you have? Is my power dependent on the opinion of the people? Or is it a righteous inner power and a simple empowerment because I'm just in alignment with the truth and the way and my own inner solar system, my own inner sun? Am I reversing things? Am I revolving around the other planets, or am I staying centered in myself? yeah, and the question of control can come up because Leo's fixed fire, Scorpio is fixed water, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and it just seems the theme of power, and so they're in a square, archetypically. And so, yeah, the question of like pulling at power and control, or being out of control, the feeling also, yeah, in the opposition to, with the Leo archetype being in opposition to the Aquarius archetype, which is Uranus, which is like sudden explosions and erratic, the feeling of erratic. So this is, yeah, part of the fixed cross, where the Leo energy is like wanting to feel powerful, the Scorpio's power dynamics, and the Aquarius is erratic things, and then the Taurus is also fixed earth, like I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, whether it's working or not. It's what I like doing, it's what's familiar, comfortable, and it's worked for me in the past, so I don't want to change it because it works for me really well. And then the Leo, yeah, it's this fixed fire, so it can kind of, yeah, be inflexible, or get into questions about, where's my power in the situation? What needs to change here? Can I control the situation outside of me? Do I need to change something inside of me that's really uncomfortable? Being put into situations where questions of power and control come up. And in social dynamics, the Leo is popular. The Leo wants to be popular. It wants to be the center stage. It wants everyone to look at it and adore it. And if that might not be happening, that's like ego death for the Leo, and it hurts a lot, and it's scary. And then feelings of shame and embarrassment can come up in the shadows. So it's wanting to source pride and power from an authentic, balanced place of just being at home within one's identity. And this is all about the personal level. It is about the majesty of having an identity. And like I was saying in the Mercury video, the Gemini video with Mercury, it's sort of like, wow, how incredible is it that we have this tool of the human mind, even though, yeah, it's just the human level, it's limited, our perception is limited. It's also like, well, we have this capacity, of the mind. It's tremendous. And so same thing with identity, it's the fifth of the sequence of 12 signs. And so it is on the personal level still. It's on the level of the personal experience. And when you think of identity, that's tremendous. The question of like, who am I? And is it relative to other people? Is it relative to society? Who am I in my own context, on my own terms? And I say relative because looking across at Aquarius is the people and society. Although, of course, the Aquarius archetype of itself is eccentric. And so that Leo-Aquarius axis wants to be its unique, eccentric self. I think the Leo a lot of times will admire the Aquarius for being so far out. It's like, I can be crazy and eccentric like that too. Because it just wants to be itself. It wants to know who itself is. It wants to be itself, and it wants to receive applause and validation for who it really is. Wanting to be seen is tremendous. The sun, it's the sun. Glowing, vibrant, bright, unmistakable, unobscurable. There's clouds and stuff, but it's still light out, So, okay, anything else? Leo and the sun. That's all for now. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. If I have any afterthoughts, I will put them in the description box below, along with my email address and my website. If you're interested in a reading, you can contact me at prismclouds@gmail.com. See you next time for the next Zodiac Stream of Consciousness.